Very good. So let us just get into the analysis part now. Okay. So from the words like flocks and green swords, it is shown that this place, the place that the priest is living, is fertile. Okay, it is green. So he says green swords. So it shows that it is fertile. So fertile in the sense it has to be from the countryside. So this is a guess that we make. So this setting of the poem. So the poem is just set in the countryside. So these people are from the countryside, and the priest is also is a priest of the countryside. Okay. So that is what we come to know about this poem. And it is a traditional form of poetry. So we have 4 lines in each stanza. And how many stanzas we have? 12 stanzas. Okay. So we have 12 stanzas and we have 4 lines in each stanza. Now the stanza rhyme scheme has to be discussed. Just see how the rhyme scheme is. It is Gilligan, day, beds, and lay. Can someone just guess the rhyme scheme?
A, B, C, D.
Okay. Did you just see there? Okay, you say A, B, and C, B. So day.
A, B, C, D.
Okay, did you just see there? Okay, you say A, B, and C, B. So day and lay are similar. So that's why we are just giving the same alphabet there. Okay, and Gilligan is A, and now day is B. So lay is also B. And this bets is entirely different. So we just name it as C. So A, B, C, D. Okay, any doubts there? All the second and the fourth line is rhyming. All the second line and fourth line, end of fourth, second line and fourth line, end rhyme. Okay, we call it as end rhyme. So all the end of the second and fourth line are rhyming. Okay, so the rhyme scheme is A, B, and C, B. Very good. So the imagery that is used, imagery, you remember what I have said? It has to satisfy all your 5 senses. So this is imagery. Okay. So the night sky twinkling with millions of stars, we hear the leaves shaking in the mind. So this is the imagery that is used. So when you just read the line, you feel the nights are just coming out, peeping out, and it is just twinkling there. Okay, and when we just speak about the leaves shaking in the wind, we can feel the wind. Okay, we can feel the touch of the wind, and we can also feel the movement of the leaves there. Okay, so this is what is just giving us the imagery. Okay, and we watch the whole night, the darkness is just seen, the god is just covering it with shade. So all these are just used as imagery. Okay, then the line that speaks about the ride that the priest is just taking on his horse, you remember? Yes, that also is just, it shows that. One second, ma. So this is the imagery that is just used in the poem. Okay. Yes. Hope you have understood. The next one is allegory. As I said, you should have a moral in all the poetry that you read. So here you just have moral. So some people you just said no that God is just helping the faithful. Okay. So God is just working miracle for the people who are faithful. Okay. So this is the moral that we learn from here. And so we have the allegory. So allegory is not an open meaning, it is just hidden inside. Okay, when you just read the poem, it just shows, it looks as if it's just speaking something about Father Gilligan, but it is not only Father Gilligan. The author is generally just saying it to the whole humankind. Okay, so that is the allegory that is used there. Okay, and we have repetition. We don't have refrain, we have repetition. Repetition is the word is just getting repeated. You'll see the word die, it is just getting repeated, die and die. And then this word macaroon is just getting repeated. Macaroon, macaroon. Okay, twice it is just getting repeated. Okay, what are the biblical representations that are made? Can someone just say what are the biblical representations made from the first stanza? Can you please say who's good in Bible? I don't know who's good in Bible in your class.
Ma'am, can you please repeat the question?
Biblical representation. So it should resemble the incidents or some stories that are said in the Bible. Do you have any representation representing the incidents or events that has happened in Bible? Any references that you find? Alan Thomas seemed to be a Christian. So can you just say what biblical representation we have, Alan?
We can tell about Elisha.
Yes, ma'am.
Elisha, like even
Hmm.
um, uh, ma'am, one minute, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I read Bible in Marathi, so it's
Okay.
just difficult for me to just interpret in English. My granny
Mm-hmm.
has always taught me Bible in Marathi only.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that it is something that's related to Elijah's life.
Uh, y- yes, little bit.
Okay. How do you say that it resembles? Okay, maybe it's something like now when he felt very bad that some lady is just waiting to just kill him. He's just running and he's just sitting in a remote place, asking God to kill him. Yes, he says that he would like to die. Yeah, that happens. Yes, the same way the priest is also is now tired and weary. We don't know what prayer he made to God. So maybe he also would have asked God that maybe God just take my life. I cannot survive here anymore. Okay, we do not know what he's had in his mind. Okay, so this is what is just happening. Okay, that is very good. Yeah, that is maybe we are relating it to it, but nowhere the author is mentioning it. The author should have mentioned. So do we have something like that in the poem? Joel, can you just say if we have anything like that? Do you read Bible, Joel? Joel Jos,
Yes, ma'am.
you read Bible?
Uh, yeah, ma'am. Yes,
Hmm.
ma'am.
Your yeah itself says that. Okay, so now do you feel any resemblance there with what is said in Bible and in the poem? Anything? Any common? William Butler is the author. What happened to you? So two classes you were sleeping, isn't it? Mm, what about the author? Ah, yes. Okay. Just a doubt. Why you know more about him? Is he a close relative of yours? Yes, ma. It's yes, Alan. So now I'm just asking you about the representation. Okay. So I think you have very less knowledge in Bible. So let me just tell you what are the representations that are made. One is this flock and the green sword. Okay, these flocks are so when God is just mentioning about his servants, or maybe the God's servant, we call them as missionaries, isn't it? Church priest. He is just comparing them to shepherds. Okay, so they are the shepherds. So if they are shepherds, who are the people, who are the congregation? They are the flocks. Okay, so this is what is represented in Bible. Okay, so it is just taken from Bible. So this word is just taken from Bible. And then you can see the green swords. I don't know whether you remember Psalm 27, which is a familiar verse, uh, chapter for all. You would have just learned it by heart also, isn't it? So there he makes his people lie down in green pastures. You would have just read that, isn't it? So this green pasture is again, of course, it is not the real meaning he's talking about, but this green pasture is where he is allowing his people to live. So it has an inner meaning there. Okay, if you have a peaceful death, if you are lying there, then it is something which is what we long for. Why are we just going after all these worldly things? We know that we will die one day, but what type of death we would like to have? We would like to have a peaceful death, and we would like to go and remain there with God. So that is why we are running. So this green pasture again, it just denotes that we have a life in God, and we will be happy in heaven with God. Okay, so this green swords again, it just resembles the green pastures that we talk about. It has two meanings, of course. When you are alive, you are given a life which is so fertile, which is so precious, and which is a blessed life. Okay, the other meaning is this green swords. Okay, so when you die and when you are buried under this green swords, you have a peaceful death, and this will take you directly to heaven. Okay, so this is taken from Bible. Okay, then in the next part, this one, God covered the world with shade, speaks about God's creation. Okay, Genesis. Okay, so in Genesis, how God created darkness and how God created light. Okay, so this is how everything happened, and He whispered to mankind. He speaks to mankind. So this is something which we all know. When you know Bible, you know how He was speaking with Adam. He used to come in the evening and he used to speak with Adam. Okay, so he is a speaking God. He is a speaking God. Do you believe that he speaks even today? Of course, he speaks. The problem is we have closed our ears. So it doesn't mean that God is not speaking, but we have closed our ears not to listen to God. Okay, yes. The next thing is, mm, next, this final one. Okay, here we just see that God has made the night of stars for souls who tire and bleed. Okay, so this also is from Bible. And then the last answer, he is wrapped in purple robes, is also is taken from Bible. Okay, it is in Revelation also. We can see, you can also see in the books of the prophets. Okay, so we have no representation from Bible. So many of the things are just taken from Bible and is just given there because he is just speaking about a Christian priest. Okay, yes, right. So we'll go to the themes. So these are the main themes that are used in the poem. First one is mercy. Whom do you show mercy? Have you shown mercy in your life to anybody? What is mercy? Kindness is there. But what is this mercy? Showing mercy. But you have received mercy, I think, from your teachers. Even though you have done something wrong, okay, merciful, they would have been merciful, forgiving you. Okay, that would have happened in your life, isn't it? So God is also merciful. Of course, we don't deserve any of His mercies, but still He is merciful God. Okay, so you can see this mercy is prevalent in this um, whole poem. That the priest is, of course, he's just complaining. He's just feeling bad that he is not able to accomplish anything in his life, and he feels that he is a total failure. But still, but still, God shows his mercy upon him, and that is how he is just blessing him, and he is just bringing him out of all this agony, okay, pain. And there is a realization that is happening in his mind. What is the realization? Can someone say what is the realization? What is the realization he has? Nitish, can you say what realization? What is realization? You realize something, okay? You try to understand that this is what is true. So, what is he trying to realize? Amitava, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm. What is the realization?
Realization of what we do wrong
No, what is the
things.
No, what is
priest
the priest
realization?
realization?
He has realized something in his life. Okay, so he's
That
just
mercy
complaining.
is important.
Okay.
We have to forgive people.
Mm.
Sometimes you have to forgive, seeing their circumstances.
Mhm.
These are the things.
This is the realization that he had.
He realized that God has mercy on him, and God helped him, and means like Father Gilligan fall asleep, and at that time God came in his place and helped him in uh, God helped him, Father Gilligan, so that he realized.
Okay, so he realized that he has helped him. Very good.
Yes.
Now,
Okay.
God has mercy on those who help others and those who do a lot of hard work for
For
Yes,
others.
this is
other.
the thing. This is the thing.
Mm. Mm. Okay. So he helps. Okay. So this is what he realized. Okay. One more thing he realized that, see, he starts complaining. Of course, he has forgiveness from God, but still he starts complaining that he's not able to do anything in his life. Okay, he's just trying to do something and he's not able to do. Okay, so when he is just praying, he just even when he was just saying those words, he just realized that what he was doing is wrong. Okay, so he's just asking forgiveness from God. That is the first realization that he had. The second realization is that he thinks that all these things were just happening because this priest, as a priest, because he's there, all these things are happening. Only he's the only one who's just praying for those people, and he's the only one who's just saving those people from all their no agony, and he's the only one who is just sending them peacefully to heaven. Okay, so this is what was just running on his in his mind, and he just thinks that it is all because of Gilligan that everything is happening. He didn't realize that it was God who was just doing everything, and he realized it very late. Uh, Only when God was able to perform something even without him. Okay, so many times now we also do the same thing. We think that it's all because of us. Everything is just happening. We are the reason for everything, and if we are not there, nothing will happen. That is wrong, because in Bible it says, "If you do not speak, I'll speak through the stones." So God can even use the stones to speak. He can use anybody to do his work, but he is just fervently waiting for his people to act. Okay, so he has just given a commission, a big work in the hands of human, and he is just waiting for them to accomplish it. But we often fail. We often fail. So this was the realization, main realization that the priest had. Okay. So far he was thinking humanly, in his flesh, that it was all he who was doing and no one was there to help him, and he is all alone working, running around, this, that for God, and he is just doing it everything for God. But he is doing. It's not God doing, but he thinks that it's me doing, and I am the only one who is suffering. and I don't have any joy, I don't have any rest, I don't have any peace. But when he found out, even if he is not there, the work is accomplished or it is completed, he realized that God is capable of anything. So I should not complain again. So for God was using me. It was God who was using me. It was not me who is just doing the work of God, but God was just using me. There is a difference in both. The way you take it, okay, the attitude of yours, the attitude of Father Gilligan changed. So God, when He uses somebody, what does He do? Maybe we are not qualified, maybe we are not fit for that particular work, but God qualifies us and He uses us for His job. He qualifies us. He makes use of us. So if Father Gilligan is very weak, if he's tired, it is not the problem of Father Gilligan, but it is a problem of God. So that's why He took care of it, and He is just working on his behalf. So this he realized. So God will take care of everything. So I need not lament for what has just happened. He is just waiting patiently now. So next time, of course, he is not going to stay lethargic and say God will take care of. But he knew that God has helped him because he was faithful, as you people said. So he was faithful, so that's why God is helping him. This realization made him more stronger. And of course, next time he's not just going to sleep. Of course, he's just going to run for his people and run for the souls for the sake of God. Okay, so this is the realization that he has, and repentance is just happening. He's just asking for forgiveness to God, and what God is doing? Did He forgive him? Yes, He forgave him. So that's why He is just sending His own angels there. And you can see the miracle that is happening there. Okay, and beauty of nature is there, beauty of God's creation is there. God's creation, when they speak about the night, the sky, the um, stars, okay, how they just appear and how they just show off. So this is just about God's creation. Okay, and we also come to know about nature's contribution, how nature is just contributing, how it is just helping Father Gilligan. Okay, so that is also is just mentioned in the poem. Okay, so whatever burden is there in the mind of a person, should we just lay it on the feet of God, or should we carry it over us? What should we do? So I don't know whether you heard this example. They used to say a story. Okay, once there was a very old lady. She used to carry her no heavy. It's like actually it's her. She works in the field, so when she comes back, she just carries few grains, and she used to carry it over her head, and she used to walk. Okay, one day what happened? A person just brought his big vehicle. Okay, so it's just a van. He was just coming by the side, and he found the woman walking with this heavy weight, and she was so old. So he took pity on the old woman, and he said, come on lady, you are so weak and tired, come on, you just come with me, and I'll just take you to your destination. I'll just leave you there, you just get in. So this old lady was so happy, and she got in. After a few miles, the driver just turned back, and he was shocked. You know what had happened? Any guesses? What would have happened? The driver was shocked to see the woman. You have not heard about the story? Yes? What would have happened? Shivam, any guess? Yes, Shivam? What happened? People are not there. Yeshwant? What would have happened? Shivam, you're not there, Shivam, today. So I think I should mark absent for everybody. Woman would have disappeared. Now he's seeing the woman and he's shocked to see her.
Did she look younger?
She turned younger.
No,
It's not a fairy tale.
like
It is.
stronger or something because she left her burden. So like she was back to being herself or something like
Okay.
that.
Mm-hmm. Nice guess, but it is not a fairy tale. Okay, it's not that. Okay, nice guess, but I think Velika can write more stories. You have more creativity, Velika.
Ma'am, she reads so many stories. That's the reason.
Oh, okay. That is the base to write stories, actually. So, what is your guess, Amitava?
Maybe she was more free. Like she talked.
Hmm.
She was more lively after that.
You know what happened? Even after getting into the van, she was carrying her burden. She was keeping all the grains over her head. She did not keep it down. So that's why the person was shocked. So he just lend her this help because she was carrying a heavy weight and he wanted her to put it down. So that's why he's just asking her to get into his van, isn't it? So you know what she did? She was just carrying it because, of course, she was happy when he made. So what she felt was she need not walk, but she totally forgot that she was carrying something over her. This is what happens in our life also. We trust God. We say we have so much trust in God. I believe God. I know God will do greater things. But what we always do is we try to carry our own burdens all the way long and we don't give it to God at all. When you believe, you have to give it to God and say, God, this is my burden. This is what I feel bad. This is what I have. See, I don't know how to learn this subject. I don't know what to do about my future. I'm just blank. If I just think about my future, it is just dark. So you just give everything to God and you just leave it at His feet and you have to come back. But what you will do now, most of the people, when they go to church or temple, they'll carry all their burdens. Of course, they'll carry all their burdens. They will say everything to God. And when they come back, what they will do, they'll say, okay, God, now give back all my burdens. I'll just carry it back. And they'll come along with their burdens. Again, they will be sitting and thinking about, see, this is what has happened. I don't know what to do. See, this is my life. Am I going to lead a life just like this? How long? How long? How long? So, if you have faith in God, what do you have to do? You have to leave it at His feet and say, Lord, you take care of it. Never think about it. Never ever think about it. Just leave it. Do your work. Your work, what is your work? You have to study. You have to just listen to the classes. You have to respond to all that is given to you. That is all. When you start doing all these things, God will start rewarding you. So you need not carry anything on your head. You can just give everything to God and you can stay relaxed. Okay? So this is what is the author teaching us. Now, this person, this priest was thinking like that all the burden is upon me. Okay, it's over me. And he never realized that it has to be left at the feet of God and not on his head. Okay, so when he realized that, he has a good sleep. When he realized that, God started working. When he realized that, everything changed and a miracle happens. Okay, so that is a place where God is just bringing about a great transformation. That is a turning point in everybody's life. So we also should have that turning point in our life. Okay, so the tone is like it is sad and depressing. The whole poetry is just written like that. But when we understand, of course, we just have some more happiness and enjoyment when we think about the miracle and how God is working. But still, the whole tone is sad because see, he is feeling very bad, he's feeling very tired, and then suddenly wakes up and finds, oh, I've just done this, Mavrun, Mavrun, alas, alas. So all these are just giving us a sad feeling and a depressed feeling. But of course, there is hope at the end. There is greater hope at the end. It begins with a sad and depressing tone and ends in hope. Okay, so this is the tone of the poetry. And of course, I just said already, ballad is a story in poetry, and we also have musical form. It could be sung. Okay, so that is the importance of the ballad. Okay, so now any other interpretation you have? Any other interpretation? Any contribution to the poetry? Any more thing to add to the poetry? Yes, ma? You want to add some more? Any doubts? Any doubts to be clarified? Yes,
Ma'am,
yes, yes,
according
Amita.
to mythology, like what I believe, that God knows everything. Why would He want us to say or surrender us? Why would He do that? Because He knows everything.
Of course, the mother knows everything. But why does the child cry when he is hungry? Something like that. Okay. So we all have different, and he is given something called as this is something you have to. I can say just simply, but this is a greater word that you have to get deeper and understand. Okay, God has given something called as free will to choose whatever we would like to. Okay, so he never forces anybody or he never forces anything into anybody, and he never expects also in return. Maybe God is anything but nothing. What, Shivan? What happened? No, God is there, of course. He is taking care of, He is looking after people. Of course, He meets your needs, but He can help you only when you need Him. If you're not seeking Him, He cannot help you. Okay, so this is called as free will. This free will is given to each one of us. Only when we seek God, He can help us. If we don't seek God, He cannot, He will not. It's something like, see, Amitava, you are a person who is so friendly. Just keep it. I think you are friendly. Okay. So you are so friendly. You are always ready to help. But will you just go into the life of Akansha and then do whatever you would like to? No, isn't it? You will wait for Akansha to open her mind and ask something from you, and only then you will be able to help her. You just don't get into anybody's life like that. Okay, so our God is also is a very genuine God. He never gets into anybody's life just like that without their permission. So that's why the Bible verse says he is standing at the door and he's just knocking at the door. He is knocking. See, he is very genuine there, okay? He is very decent God. He just knocks the door. Only when you open the door, he will come inside. He never forces anybody, okay? Of course, he is omnipotent, he is omnipresent, but this free will has made us to go away from God. We choose, most of the time, we just choose the wrong path. Most of the time, we just choose only sin, okay? Because it gives us pleasure, it entertains us, it just gives us all happiness. This is what people think. So we just go away from God. We don't want to stay with God. So now this what happens is God of course is there, but we are going away from God. And when we go away from God, it is something like, see, when you are there at home, when your mother calls, you can listen to her. But when you are coming to college, if your mother is just going to speak the same way, you are not going to listen at all. Of course, you have your mobile phones, but now just imagine you don't have any mobile phones, nothing. So if your mother is going to call from Chennai, can you hear from Coimbatore? No, you cannot hear. It doesn't mean that your mother doesn't love you or you don't love your mother. But the thing is, you have come away from your mother. So this is all is just happening in our life. This is a very big topic. I cannot just say that within 2 or 3 minutes, but here and there, I hope you will understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so this
I
is
can
what is
understand, ma'am. I can understand.
yes, man. This is what is just happening. So it is not that God is bad or God cannot do anything. He is there always to help us, but we are going away from Him. We are running away from Him. That is what is happening. Okay. Yeah, when you realize and when you come back, He is ready to help. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Even in Bible, it's written, if you are asking something, you will get. If you are finding something, of course you will get that thing. And if
Yeah,
you're knocking the door, then
it be opened for you.
yes, it will be open for you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. It's correct. It's correct. So you knock and it will be opened. Okay. So if you seek, you will find. So this is what God says. Right?
God always says that you trust on me, and that thing will happen.
Yes, yes, yes,
Even
yes,
the blind person trusted on God. That's why he got the vision to see
yes,
everything.
yes, ma'am. Yes. Very good. So this is about Father Gilligan's story. So hope you just enjoyed the poem. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.